Okay, so today I'm going to be playing through each BossVille entry. BossVille is the third challenge of the Lambda Cup 2018 for Half-Life 2 Episode 2. You can find this on runthinkshootlive.com. So I'm going to be playing through them and just talking about them. So this is the first time I've played them, and I'll maybe miss stuff, maybe I'll not catch everything, but I'll try and get as much as I can, as I possibly can. Okay, so this is entry number 1 called Death Whisper. Obviously the point in BossVille is to create a map with a boss fight in it. That was hopefully self-explanatory, but you know, I don't know. So it's dark and scary. There's a house over there with no windows. Actually, it's got one window over there. Oh no, it's not. That's just part of the lamppost. Anyway, I'm not going to do an over analysis of this, but it is got a very creepy atmosphere. I like the makeshift lamp there. It's quite creative, right? Ah. So by pulling out the plug, we find the key. Okay. A bit cheap, but you know, I've been known to include jump scares before in my material. So anyway, the thing is, finding the key, it was only intuitive because of the hint that came up at the side saying, you know, pick it up. There should probably be a lot more to signal that you could get it, basically. Or, you know, pick this up. It's just going to glitch out all over the place. But there was nothing to tell you that this door could be opened. I would have put a lock on the door, because the first thing I saw was this lock. I thought, right, we need to unlock this, because usually these kinds of locks are associated with actually shooting it open or unlocking it. So that's just something to watch out for there. Obviously we saw some scary... It looked like G-Man. I'm not sure if it was him or not. Not entirely sure what that was, but I can see that there is one of these food elevators. I don't know what you call them. I'm just wondering whereabouts it is that we have to go. I just don't want to like miss anything. I'll probably will miss stuff. So we'll go up there. The elevator. Okay, there's a stalker. And I've started moving really slowly for some reason. Not entirely sure. I think, you know. So I think it was the stalker that we actually saw, not the G-Man, but I don't know because I only just, you know, caught a glimpse of it. So I'm not entirely sure what that achieved. Obviously this isn't a very traditional map in terms of setup and layout, but I mean, we went up the elevator to get the crowbar. It wasn't a very clear objective, basically. I mean, obviously going to the door would have been the more intuitive option, but you know, that's just an observation, right? So it doesn't appear that any of these work, so it is in fact out the front door. No, it's not out the front door. We've actually got to... Alright, we can go down here. I see it serves two purposes. Or maybe we could have just gone up. I think we could probably just get back on that thing and it would go down if we turned it. So that was stupid of me, but you see it was kind of once you've got off the elevator, or again, I can't remember the right name for it. Someone is bound to correct me, but once you've got off it, I'm sure you kind of forget about it and you head out the door. Now, a door opening by itself, obviously that's kind of in character of the map. You know, it's supposed to be like haunted, I think. And there's still some weird sounds. You see, the thing is, now we've come out that room, I thought that was going to shed some light on the situation, but unless we missed something. But I don't think we did. I have no idea what that thing is. I think it could be a plant or something. And then this door randomly opens. And, I mean, I got in a lot of trouble for doors closing behind me. I think that's kind of unfair, given that I thought it was a set sequence there, but, okay, right. And even there, I failed to see how I actually did anything. And my crowbar's gone. You see, the difficulty with doing one of these kinds of scary maps with its own rules is that very few people are going to... Or you're going to have difficulty explaining consistency, so therefore the majority of people probably aren't going to understand. I mean, I don't know why my crowbar just got taken off. I'm sure it can easily be explained by, oh, that stalker or whatever it was took it off me, but again, that probably needs explained. And, you know, just from a game design perspective, it's not good. So we've got a generator opening the door, but it needs turned, and it probably doesn't have any fuel or, you know, gas or whatever, hence why this door is probably open. And I did see some here. And it's close by, so you know to get it. Okay, there we go. I mean, this may just be wishful thinking. I guess we can just go for it. I'm sure this car will no doubt chase us. Again, what's with all these jump scares? Like, having one, I'm sure is fine, you know, but they're very cheap and very, if they're used sparingly, then, that's fine. Okay, so the movement has slightly changed. Probably not for the better. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how I died there. That should probably be explained. Because to me it's just like, I'm just, you know, running randomly. And I know that there's this guy chasing me. He's actually really good at, you know, chasing me. But otherwise it's like, well, what else? Now I've got my thing back again, which is a bit odd. And I can't run because I don't have the suit. So I guess we kind of have to find him. Don't know where he is. I can hear him. I can hear the fizzing. Oh, right, into this room. Oh, eventually we get a weapon. Okay, I'm not moving the mouse. It's being moved for me. I cannot. Alright, so now we're on a second map. It looks like daytime. Oh. That's not good. Okay, so that was an interesting first entry. It was difficult to build consistency. That was the only thing in terms of, you know, because it had a ton of weird stuff happening, and I guess a lot of it could be explained, oh, it's a haunted house. Yes, I fully understand that, but a lot of the gameplay features could be implemented in a manner which let the player understand exactly what was going on, and, you know, trying to hold consistency is difficult in that scenario. And I guess the boss battle for that one, it was, you know, probably the best part about it, but at the same time, it was the fight. There wasn't as much fighting as I would have hoped with the evil stalker guy. I feel it would have been more beneficial to, you know, hit him a couple of times and then he moves on and then he flies away or whatever, you know, instead of just running and then getting the shotgun and killing him. Anyway, entry number 2 is called Hit Squad.
Incoming encrypted text transmission. Decrypting. Gordon, one of our assets has located a high-ranking Combine elite. You only have a small window, but killing him will greatly disrupt their forces, and we need every win we can get. Head to Grid 10 Charlie 2 Epsilon and meet with our asset. He'll know the way in. You're our best chance, Gordon. Good luck. In transmission.
Alright, so first time I loaded this up, I accidentally nudged against this door and then it, you know, I got transported somewhere. Obviously it was a nice little start there. I am none the wiser on what I actually had to do. I didn't quite understand, but that's just me being slow, I guess, rather than, you know, the thing being bad. So we've actually got a squad member who's either going to be really annoying or really useful. I guess we will find that out soon. Okay, so we actually have weapons, which is good. I guess this is just an upstairs area. Now we've got the combat, or at least proper combat in my eyes. Okay, that's obviously the first no-no, but at least the way the way it's been set up is not an open yard. You've got the van here you can use. You've got a fence here. If this guy hadn't have pushed, it would have been a lot more beneficial if we'd moved to him, or, you know, it's up to us to, you know, go to where he is, which is you know, a lot better in my view. Oh, we could have just walked up there, and then obviously nice place with hidden secret, and it was very clearly marked. Yeah, so That probably shouldn't have happened. Oh gee. Okay, so this soldier should never have been behind us. If we're coming into the room, immediately we're facing this way. We see the...
Get down.
We see the way we're supposed to be going. Alright, as I was saying, it's very clear that this is the way forward. With the blue lights, you've got the shed, you've got a car that is blocking off this way. I'm obviously going to run into the space I have available. So I'm going to be running out here. If there's one behind here, then the chances are I've not checked there and he's already at a close distance. So I don't have a chance to then plan or strategize. And when I say plan or strategize, and a lot of people I think get confused when I say that, I'm not talking about like sitting for 5 minutes and planning out on a bit of paper, oh, what am I going to do? It's just a quick, right, so he's over there, I'm going to do this, or he's over there, I'm going to do this. You know, it's just a thought process, but instead of like having one behind you and you don't know it. So having this monitor here, I think, shows you who the main bad guy is. And it kind of, I guess it's foreshadowing. That noise is really annoying. Oh, right. Okay, so let me see a good example of, I guess you'd call it planning and strategy. We walked in this door. Now, I'd say there should be more to block the player from going this way. Like I'd put a crate or something just to make the player subconsciously take this door like I did. Open it up and then immediately they're under fire. Then I thought, well, how do I deal with this? Ah, there's another door around here. And yeah, if there was a crate, then the likelihood is I'd try and go around that way. So right, there's a lot of running. There could be more puzzles. There could be more ducking and more,
Sorry, Doc.
you know, things to actually make the player interact, but we've just had running. We obviously had the turret, which is something, but then it's just more running, and then this is back at the fight. So it's an awful lot of running with not an awful lot to do. So to make it more engaging, add in stuff, and here we see the back end of an elevator, I guess. I mean, it's good. I've noticed this map's trying environmental stuff, and it's, you know, it's actually doing really well at it. Obviously, I think this is just a bit of foreshadowing, so we've got to try and get around there, I guess. It'd be good if he had like walked in or something instead of him just standing there, because it's very generic if you just stand there. Now there's a gate here. Possibly we're going to get Combine soldiers running in there. We shall see. Or are we in the... Ah, right, okay. Floating boilers. How ominous. Okay, still more running and doing absolutely nothing. There's a lot of downtime here. Now we've got a bit of fighting. Alright. What I would suggest is pushing the player out. Pushing the player into this battlefield. That would be like the best thing you could possibly do. Somehow you need the player out here before the action starts. Remember I'd ran in here, I was talking about doing absolutely nothing. I checked because I thought this was like some corner, and then the action started and I wasn't even looking in this direction. And I'll just have a quick look around, but I can guarantee you the battlefield, or that's what I'll call it, isn't that bad. It's spacious, it's got plenty of places to go. I guess you've got the combine side and the player side, but this room could have been utilised. Obviously I am playing on easy mode because I can't, you know, be bothered continually dying to enemies, but I'm sure some people would have tried to have made it in here for health. But if the battle had started when the player was in here, it would be a lot more meaningful in terms of, alright, the battle started, we're in this battlefield, we've had the chance to explore, so we know basic, you know, the basics on where to go. So you can go here, there's a place down here, there's maybe if you had like health or something over here, and obviously that leaves unexplored territory like over on the combine side of the room. You know, maybe there could be something around here. There's not, but you know, there's still places to check and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, having the player in the battlefield, having explored it a little bit, would have been beneficial. Okay, more running. More running. I bet you there'll be another battle around this corner. We'll push this button and there'll be another battle. And we can still see this guy, again, keeping consistent. Oh. Okay, if somehow, you know, we could take down this gate, it would be a lot better, instead of it just disappearing. And also with this battle, as I'll call it again, the battlefield, or the area, the battle area, isn't bad. I mean, you do have, obviously, a high point here, low point here. It's not all just flat flooring and cover here where you can look here. But again, just making it slightly wider in this direction would be a lot more beneficial and fun, or whatever. Actually, we should probably... No, we can't. Okay. Okay, here it's good that you know, you're on a platform that, and the combine cannot run straight up to you. And you saw the main, I guess he's the boss. It's very obvious that it's the boss. I knew as soon as I'd step away from that door they'd come. I was expecting one there any moment. Okay, now this is opened. And we can head down. Yeah. I don't know why it just went up like that, but it did. Did this guy sell us out, or did he get got as well? So how do you actually get over here? You see, I can see there's a tower of orbs, which I can... I guess... Yeah, there we go. It's about thinking about what you have. So we had this thing, and we could see that thing. Obviously, you couldn't reach it through there. So somehow making it clearer that this thing also got taken down when we take off that would be a lot more beneficial. I know you could like... I know you could... For instance, if we did that, I know you can see it, and you can see it, but if making it more obvious would be such a better idea than, you know, not. Like the way it's set up, basically. Okay, up we go. Okay, we can see we're affecting the bridges, or yeah, I guess like the lasers. I'm not entirely sure what you call them, to be honest. And now we've made the bridge. Now we can head down there. Not too challenging. Now we've got this thing. So I'm not entirely sure what we actually did there. Because it looks like this gate has been taken down. And then it looks like we can make it through there. Like it looks like the gate has been taken away completely. Which means that we should be able to get through. Because it's... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to do. I think it's a very... Unless we, like, jump on it. This isn't going to work. But on the off chance it does... It didn't. Okay, I have no idea how to progress with that one. Now we're on Mind Flayer. Alright.
Look, it's one of those advisor pods. There's an advisor around here someplace.
Okay, so we've kind of got the set scene. What did that say? Or was that just the name? Mind Flayer, something like that. So there's an advisor pod. We know there's an advisor around here. Basically, hopefully sums up the premise very nicely. Okay, does Alex deal with this?
Maybe I can
Yes.
get this open. Over to you, Gordon.
Okay, a nice bit of interaction there. Wow.
Vital alert. Autonomous
Sounds
units
like it called its
assumed.
friends.
Mandatory compliance. Probe.
So it's good that it gives you these crates to you know, throw around while they actually break. That is new and different. Well, unexpected, I think would be the right word. I am lagging a bit. I am sorry about that, but at the same time, there's nothing I can do. I could turn it to, you know, a lower texture, you know, or whatever, but then people complain about that, so there's no actual way for me to deal with that, so I'm just going to continue on. Oh.
Anti-citizen one engaged. Land subprime engaged.
Yeah, that's some bug with the mod base.
Active signature.
It was the same thing with my map. I wasn't sure if it was actually in the final version of Cosmonaut, but I think someone thought that I'd put it round mine, but I hadn't, and obviously whoever made this map, they haven't put this glow around, and it's from the upgraded gravity gun, so it's not them trying to be hand-holdy, although it always seemed to happen for my, you know, things that actually mattered, but I didn't put it around mine, and they haven't put it around theirs. That needs to be fixed. But the battles here feel very generic. Yeah, it's all very generic, it's just fighting after fighting, which... Oh, just a random head crab there. Alright, that should be it.
One second. Okay, it's good to go. You'll need to use the gravity gun.
Oh, okay. So she's hinting. Oh, huh. Could have been more obvious. I mean, it is like right next to the door, but if it had been over here, I'm sure it would have caught the player's attention because it would be the... No, but I'm guessing it was an advisor. Well, there's the advisor screen, and there's a lot of
Oh God, no! Looks like we were the first to find this place.
Alright, so we actually do have the kind of upgraded gravity gun. How did you work it again? Oh, it's not bound, I see. Alright, got. Oh, we need Alex again. It feels very repetitive, this map. That's one thing I would say.
Alright. Let me see if I can get this open. That's it. I think we found our advisor. Careful, Gordon.
I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to need the gravity gun again. I feel like this mechanic could be explained a lot better for those people who have no idea what it is.
Come on, we have to get out of here.
Because the only reason I knew what was going on was because I played Gravity Gunville 2. Okay, so she said we have to get out, so we're going to peg it. No. Okay, is it this way? She can't just disappear like that. Or is it this way? I see. Then what? Ah, do we have to like unfreeze this? No? I'm stumped. Alright, so going into this room, for some reason it turns them into zombies or whatever. Which doesn't really make much sense. It's like, well, how do I know to go back here? It's in a pretty ambiguous place, to be honest. I think we had this in a previous map. It was where something like this would happen. So we're kind of backtracking through the level. That's quite cool. Who is this? Oh, is this me trying to fight myself? In fact, what is that? Is like what? Is this a metaphor? Like the real bad guy is me? Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Wait, this is where we just came from. Ah, yeah, but that was weird. I guess this is the advisor trying to mess with my mind. Well, we know how to deal with this. Well, that should stay in there. Yippee skippy. Okay, that was Mind Flare. I'm not sure about that one. But it had its moments of enjoyment and its moments of what's going on here. And the battle at the end wasn't bad. It just needed a lot more direction. But I mean, once you, obviously you'd been learning the whole put the, you'll freeze the thing in on the beam, and then that'll cut something off, and then you can punt the orb out with the gravity gun. Obviously, you learned all that, so that was all right.